Jesus,
jobs,
and food.
Hey, this is Lance with True Beliefs. Well, we've made it to another Friday. Let's take a look at what the Lord actually had us do. So, if you remember, on the laundry list of things we had to do, we had tamales, we had tire gardens that needed to be delivered, we had retort canning of beans that we wanted to accomplish, we had an appreciation dinner. We wanted to get dried beans bagged up into 2-pound bags. We had the house dedication, well, houses, I should say, that needed to be dedicated. We were working or hoping to work on the truck registration. We were also going to, while we did that, we were going to do our materials purchase. Rosendo was working out in Caledonia to pour the slab. And let's see, Phil's group was scheduled to arrive on Sunday. Well, here we go. Monday, we were able to do the tamales. We managed to get 8 tire gardens delivered and a portion of the tamales that were made that day. They're in San Pedro Village. Then on Tuesday, we ended up doing about 30 pounds of retort beans. We ended up going and delivering a few tires in Cristo Rey, but we kind of finished up in San Pedro and then got started in Cristo Rey. We had an appreciation dinner, which was an amazing event in itself. Let's see. Then we had, that's right, bunk beds. We delivered some bunk beds. 3 different families received bunk beds. And then on Wednesday, we did, we looked at delivering onions to Oscar. If you remember, we had planned to slice up the onions and do something with them last week, but we did that, but I didn't get them delivered. So we managed to get that delivered. We ended up finishing up the tire gardens in Cristo Rey. We had, the houses were dedicated on Wednesday. Let's see. On Thursday, I was able to get the registration done for the truck. We delivered some mattresses that weren't in at the time where we delivered the bunk beds. So Natalie and the girls and I, we went around and had the opportunity to meet with the families, give them their mattresses, their sheets, and pillows. And let's see, we ended up ordering materials. Then on Friday, we had a really nice visit with Rafi. We were able to go over some of the plans for Phil's group. Once they got into town, what we were planning, how things would work, kind of a strategy meeting. I ended up picking up the doors and windows from the Mennonites who come into Corozal. And let's see, Natalie and I, we were able to pick up solar lights in Corozal to go on Crissy Len's house as one of the last kind of finishing up things. Now, we got them picked up, but we haven't got them installed yet. So if you remember, that's a couple weeks back where John Kirby's group finished up and we had a house dedication. So we're just finishing up a couple of details with that. Then Saturday morning started off bright and early. We ended up heading into Corozal and picking up the materials for the house in Caledonia. And let's see, Cadence and I ended up going out to Caledonia and getting started setting the posts. And actually that was Cadence and Keeley that went with me. So all 3 of us went out there and got the foundation. The foundation was square, but we ended up having to put our posts in to receive the metal structure that we were going to work on. Then we ended up on Sunday back out in Caledonia because Rosendo and his crew were going to go ahead and pour the slab that we were going to build a house on on Monday. So that went off without a hitch. We were able to check all of the poles, make sure everything was straight. And overall, it was a very busy week. It was very rewarding. But as always, our Monday plan and what God's plan is, or where He leads us, are, for the most part, always different. So if you enjoy this content, please share the word. And if you enjoy looking at these types of videos, please remember on Monday to check in when we'll go over what our expectations are for Phil's group, which is Corzal Feliz Ministries, and their plans for what they've got scheduled this upcoming week.
Jesus,
Jobs
and food.